And guys, look, it's Wednesday, right? Wednesday.
Hump day.
It's starting to get real, D-Mac. It's starting to get real. Is it? You feel it?
Realer. It's getting realer. Yeah, no.
You feel
it's
it?
in the air. It's in the air. I think all you have to do is, one of the things is look at the off-market ticket sales price. I saw a stat this morning on Fox 2. Shout out to our boy Ryan Ermanni and Dina Centofonte and everybody over there, the Fox family, and $430, which was I think the next most was like $300 in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's like the the question was posed, Neil, which I posed to all three of you. I think I know the answer, and I think this could be a poll, Spenny, real early in the show, is like, does it matter what the off, like at 400 or 500 or 600, because it's the first time and whatever, like people are going to go, they're going to go and they're going to pay. And absolutely 100%. It was just like the Stanley Cup back in the day. I remember those prices. I mean, my parents were getting offered $5,000 for
I paid
tickets.
for a semester of college flipping those things.
Yeah, no, I mean,
for real.
And so maybe that like an option for somebody who's been investing in this team.
And you know what? As a teenager back then, D-Mac, that was when I learned that everybody has a price. Because I had a price. Because I got tickets, and then I saw what they were going for, and I said, that's the price.
What was it specifically?
That's the price.
97?
Yeah, it was 97. What the face value on the tickets, I think it was right around $100, and that was blasphemous back at that time. You know, it's like around $100,
which would be today like 400.
Right, and they were going for.
Like
I think I got 450 a ticket. I had 6 tickets.
Yeah.
How do you not? As a good friend of ours used to say that worked here, how do you not?
How do you not? And look where it
he's
got
not.
you.
He's still with us.
Hey,
he's
guys,
just not
I
with
hope
us.
you realize this. We just got to the bottom of it. If Neil wouldn't have sold his tickets, he wouldn't probably be here today.
It was part of the evolution.
It was the evolution. That's what got him to school.
Yeah, one semester.
We learned something.
Yeah, no, we absolutely did. But jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Spenny's jumping in. Does the price of the tickets for the playoff game matter?
I think this playoff game, this one specifically, this Lions home game.
No.
And I'm talking about this game because in a general sense, I could see why it would, but no, I don't think it does either. If you want to be there, the hype is real.
Yeah, and got the messages coming in here. John effing Lord, let's go. Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared. And you know, D-Mac, it's something for me where with this game, this was the one that I wanted. And I laid out my reasons as to why. And for those of you that didn't catch that episode, my reasons were because of what dies with it. All of it dies. You win the game Sunday, it all dies. The playoff win thing, the Stafford thing, the Goff thing. All of that dies. And remember that. For those that are saying, well, Neil, the Rams are coming in hot, and they've won 7 of 8, and it's Matt Stafford. I know who it is. That's part of it too, D-Mac. A good friend of mine, a very, very good friend of mine told me many times, the only way is through. And D-Mac, never in my life has that hit harder than it's going to hit this Sunday. The only way is through. And remember this too, for the people that are terrified of the Rams and things like that, this Sunday night, it's all different, D-Mac. And I'm going right now. Like I'm into it right now. This Sunday is different. It's not just a playoff game. It's not just an NFL playoff game. It's not just all the chips in the middle of the table game, D-Mac. There is something extra here in this town. And when the nation sees Ford Field on Sunday night, on NBC, when the nation sees, and you'll see him tweeting about it going, oh my God, you see what that stadium is like in there? Just remember this too. The Rams just aren't playing the Lions on Sunday night, D-Mac. Not this time. Not this game. Because as Stafford left and won his Super Bowl after the safety for the 49ers dropped an interception that hit him in the chest, that's cute. You got your Super Bowl. That's great. Whatever. He's in the way. He's in the way of what I've wanted for 30 years, what you've wanted for 30 years, D-Mac, what this town, what this city, what every Lions fan has wanted for 30 years, they're in the way of it. And they're not just playing the Lions. There's 65,000 plus in there that are going to be absolute animals. And there's millions around here too. Every bar stool will be taken in the city, and it's extra, D-Mac. This line, this game, this one is different. It's different, D-Mac. For me, for going to games with my dad, for having season tickets when they were 0-16, this one is more to me. This one is more to everybody else. This one, Sunday night, D-Mac, is more. And I want everyone to understand that. They know, you know, we know, the people in the chat know, everybody here knows. The world's going to see that on Sunday night, D-Mac. This one is more.
Exonerate your demons, right? I can draw a lot of analogies for us playing Colorado in the playoffs in '97 in the conference finals, right after the March 26th stuff had gone on and whatever. We still had to beat them. They were the defending champions. Right, so we had to go into that to that series, and we had to get through them. There's so much writing on the wall because of the subplots, and because of what it means to Jared Goff and getting over the hump, and in a lot of ways, I draw analogies to the way Michigan was able to win the national championship and get all those extra questions about half the championship in '97 and whatever else. Right, there's a interview going around on Fox 2 of some kid, and I've been waiting 19 years, right? Which us older ones have sort of laughed, but when you dive into it, look at that generation. Look at the younger than Spenny's and Mike's generation. They haven't seen.
They've never seen it.
They don't even appreciate Lloyd Carr or anything like that. So think about with this Lions team in the 0-16. So there's so much here, and here's the one thing, Neil, is that if I was in Allen Park, it's embrace it. That was the one thing. I think Kirk Gibson was the one, taming the lion, right? To sit down with him, and you got to embrace the moment. And you're here, you've earned it, and you're here for a reason, so embrace it. That's what this team has to do. And they're ready for it. Don't you feel like they're built up to this moment? I do too. All the stuff from earlier in the season, all the way back to Dan Campbell's first year coaching, right? Being prepared. You know what the one thing is I hate losing Sam Laporta because of, we're going to talk about his numbers and how he's ranked and throughout the league and putting up unbelievable numbers in his first year. But you know what? I have confidence because Dan Campbell told me 3 years ago that he was going to prepare that every starter would go down. And so it's time for Brock Wright or James Mitchell or whatever other tight end or whatever they're going to do in that place to step up. And I think this team is ready to play for this moment. And the fans are ready for this moment. They're going to bring it too. This place is going to be rocking. Spenny, you were there earlier this season with the Easy and stuff. What game was that?
Atlanta.
The Atlanta game, and that building was loud, wasn't it?
Yes,
it was. Well, you know what? You've warmed up too, fan base. And everybody's going to spend their hard-earned money for this moment. And they're just like Neil, get it all out down there then. Because home field advantage, that's what you have to use. And it's going to mean something else because of all the other storylines. Stafford being probably the main one. But then Jared Goff going against his former team.
And that's the other thing, D-Mac. Like this, the crowd out there with this Stafford boogeyman thing that they have right now. I don't get. He's never been mercurial. He got huge breaks to win that Super Bowl. They act like he walked into town and sprinkled some dust on him, and all of a sudden the Rams were Super Bowl champions. I'm not terrified of Matt Stafford. We know him better than anybody. What is there to be scared of with him? I'm not scared of that guy. I'm not scared of the Rams. There's nothing they do that I'm. Oh my God, we got to play the Rams. No. There's none of that associated with this, D-Mac.
No, absolutely.
I don't fear a Matt Stafford.
No, you can't. You can't. You have to be ready. You have to embrace it. We all have to. And you know what? There's respect, and you can have the love for it. But he's an enemy coming into Ford Field, and you got to make it as hard as you can against him.
And D-Mac, that's it. Because and you can tell, like, this is real, everybody. I'm getting charged up here on a Wednesday, and I don't know that I can sustain this pace of being bricked up.
You were about when you let your fandom out of.
I don't get to do this a lot.
No,
D-man.
Exactly, but you let it out, and it's been out.
And I don't get, like, people will say, and I've had people, D-Mac, here's the thing. I've had people like privately reach out, and they're like, dude, like, given what you do, like, is it wise to, like, be that emotional? This is me with my dad. When I was a kid, when I went to that playoff game thinking, wow, it's going to be like this for a while. And we never got back again. We still haven't gotten back to that. Still, I was a little kid then with my dad. Spencer's never seen it in his life. Mm-hmm. BMG's never seen it in his life. Like, this is more, D-Mac. Yeah. This Sunday night is, and I still don't think, not everybody here understands it. And I would think that people are feeling the same way I am. But D-Mac, it's a tipping point now.
Now you're elevating it. Now, I mean, to what it truly is, but now you're taking it outside the field. Right?
Because it is.
No, it definitely is, right? But that's how deep this storyline to what you're saying is. It's so layered because we're talking about storylines about Goff playing his former team and Stafford his former team and supposed to be the unsung hero that was sent away, that won the Super Bowl elsewhere, coming in trying to ruin your... Like, that's all the X's and O's and all the storylines on top. You're talking about something that we're going spiritual... So we're
all
going,
of that.
We've all, and it's so many of us that can't even remember, right? Like, look at how many people we've lost in the meet that haven't seen this, right? That would love it. How many people are sitting there going, "Oh yeah, man, Uncle Jimmy, man, oh he would have loved it." So we're taking all that in also, and I also believe what I believe that they'll all be there. Uncle Jimmy's going to be there, but the fact that you're talking about it, and so now within why it's so real, Neil, is because Terminal Dennis, your buddy, right, is talking about it and feeling it all week, and and everybody's bringing it up. I see somebody in the chat just going by, hey, I remember watching the Lions first when I was 11 years old. Like this. Like, everybody's going through that photo album in their head and talking to their friends and calling their grandparents if they're around and, asking them, to the generation that hasn't seen it, anything. Like, this is how real it is. And now we see, here it is. Now we get a little glimpse of when we all say, oh, you know what? Like, imagine if the Lions won the Super Bowl, what a party it would be and how many people. Now you're getting to see the bubble start bursting of why it would be. And this is only here around. Think about, this is everywhere. Look at where everybody in the chat is from throughout the world.
You can't even keep up with this right now,
Throughout the world. We're feeling this, and this is one of these. This is also one of these things. If you want to get on that next, that what is the great thing about sports that brings us together. Now we've all been connected through our Lions misery, but this is the time. There has to be a time, right, to fight through, and this is our guy leading us through. Who else would we want other than leading us to the draft table? Brad Holmes, and then his general, right? And Dan Campbell. And the one question I asked you, Neil, do you feel like these guys are prepared? You didn't battle Ash. 100%. Me too.
Because it's never changed. Like, the identity's never changed of what they do. It's never changed.
And it just engulfs everybody that gets involved because it's real. Going back to everybody laughing about we're biting kneecaps when he said it. Well, you know what? What are they doing now, boys? They're biting kneecaps. They just found a way to do it with a little bit of a poshness.
No, and D-Mac, that's what's going to happen. You're going to see this on social media on Sunday night when that game kicks off. And you're going to see all the national writers and fans from everywhere go, oh my God, listen to that place. But understand the pain, everybody. My mother, Spenny, who brought cookies in for everybody,
great cookies,
was not born the last time the Lions won a championship. My mother was not born.
Damn.
I'm a man in my 40s right now. My mother was not born the last time they won a championship. I was a little kid the last time they won a playoff game. Spencer, you've never seen it in your life.
Nope.
That's what's coming through on Sunday. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole Stafford Rams boogeyman that's supposed to appear out of nowhere, it's overmatched, man. It's overmatched. 65,000 people that are going to just go serial there on Sunday night, dude. The Rams don't know what's about to happen. Stafford played here, and he doesn't know what's going to happen there Sunday night. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. This just kind of boiled over. But this is where I am today because it's real. I know it's Wednesday. And I know that to stay this bricked up till Sunday night is going to be hard.
Have to call a doctor.
It's literally going to be hard, Spenny.
Hell yeah.
But I'm up for the challenge, D-Mac.
Well,
I am.
you know
I
what?
am up for the challenge.